You're not going to get very rich backing a Sheffield promotion double, and the never wrong bookies think it's heavy odds on to happen. It was a very good day for the city of Sheffield yesterday. At the top of the Championship, Sheffield United overcame their recent blip with a win over Watford, while their closest chasers, Middlesbrough, lost at West Brom. In League One, it was a record-breaking 20th game undefeated for Darren Moore's Sheffield Wednesday, who seemed to have finally shaken off Plymouth to move clear at the top of the division. As we approach the home straight with both United and Wednesday very well placed, could we be about to witness a Sheffield promotion double for 2023. As much as there's a huge rivalry, both clubs actually seem to have more in common than differences right now. Both clubs were relegated 2 seasons ago back in 2021. Blades to the Championship, Owls to League One. Both clubs experienced playoff heartbreak in the semi-finals last season. Sheffield Wednesday lost to a stoppage time Sunderland goal. Sheffield United on penalties over at Nottingham Forest. Both clubs have had recent noteworthy ownership challenges, and both are succeeding this season in spite of those. Now, what I think both clubs have done really well, though, is to understand that a near miss in the playoffs doesn't need everything to be torn up, thrown away, and a full-on revolution. Make a few tweaks, and a winning team will likely keep winning in the EFL. Both managers, Paul Heckingbottom and Darren Moore, were trusted to go one better, and despite plenty of reported interest for star players like Sander Berger and Barry Bannon, they kept the bidding teams away and allowed those managers to keep strong squads. If we wind back into last season and give you the numbers for the past 46 EFL games, both Sheffield sides have put up points totals solid enough to beat the average for automatic promotion. Sheffield United's 86 across the last 46 games, pretty much bang on the money in the Championship. Sheffield Wednesday's 101 is an absolutely giant total, even by the exaggerated standards up at the top of League One. When I look at Heckingbottom and Moore in the dugouts, I do again see plenty of similarities. Both defenders as players, and maybe at times fans have judged them both a little bit negatively on not being glamorous or indeed big names. But both managers seem to really get their clubs. They've both got a nice sense of calm and reserve about them, and have a clear understanding that in the EFL you can play all the football you like, but if you can also defend, be hard to beat at home, then you're going to be there or thereabouts at the top of the league in the promotion race. Both Sheffield clubs ranked second in their league for home form. Wednesday atop for clean sheets and fewest conceded. United second. The most significant common ground between the two Sheffield clubs, though, is they now really seem odds on for promotion with their destiny in their own hands after yesterday. Wednesday now hold an 8-point cushion over third place Ipswich. United a 7-point cushion over third place Borough. And both clubs vitally have a game in hand on their nearest promotion challenges. Now, if I get on my computer and visit my friendly EFL sponsoring bookmaker right now, I'm going to get 9-1 on Sheffield United going up, 20-1 on Sheffield Wednesday. The double, 6-1 on. Basically, you're not going to get very rich backing a Sheffield promotion double, and the never wrong bookies think it's heavy odds on to happen. I'm no Sheffield football historian, but a quick little bit of digging tells me that since the 70s, Sheffield United have had 8 promotions, bounced about a lot. Sheffield Wednesday, 5. And yes, we have had a double promotion nearly 40 years ago, 1984. Roles reversed that time against what could transpire this season, with the Blades going up to the second tier, whilst in the same season, Sheffield Wednesday went up to the top tier of English football. So, are both Sheffield clubs going to get promoted in the same season for for the first time in just about 40 years? Well, it very much looks like it after yesterday. We know the EFL can swing and change and twist and turn, but they certainly seem to be in control right now. Sheffield Wednesday on such a strong roll. They built a side in the summer full of League One strength and experience. Darren Moore just exudes calmness, and their consistency is now unmatched in the club's history with that record undefeated streak. If Wednesday were to win just half of their remaining games, they go over 90 points. And I'm actually starting to wonder this weekend if they might actually end up out on their own with a little bit of a gap, the way I feel about things right now. It's a bit different for Sheffield United, who are really playing for second behind an extremely good Burnley side. But yesterday did feel like a bit of a key day. The momentum had definitely built up in favour of chasing team Middlesbrough, and the pressure had definitely built up on Sheffield United. That pressure valve was released in the short term. The Blades fans will hopefully think in the long term, with a win for United and a loss for Borough. That popped in a 7-point gap with 13 to play. Borough's horrible start, ironically for Blades fans, under their club legend Chris Wilder, has left Borough with very little in the way of margin for error. And although the fixtures do look better for Middlesbrough, if the Blades were to win half of their games, then Borough need to win pretty much most of theirs. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments. I know from doing this channel that Sheffield is a massively devoted football city. They can pretty much put 60,000 bums on seats across two sides for their home games. And that's not to mention the 5 English League titles and 7 FA Cup wins that Sheffield shares. So let me know what you think. Is the double promotion on in Sheffield, and what will that mean for the future of football in that fine city? It's lovely to focus on the teams possibly going up, but there's always the other end of the table to consider. Click here to see my take on the current championship battle for survival.